I guess the biggest mistake that maybe a lot of photographers make is they focus on posing their model into something specific versus directing them. That's really where my job is. Anyone can kind of stand in front of a camera and press it. Anyone can really kind of light it. But that's why I think directing versus posing is so important.
Yeah, exactly the way you've got it. Let's just kind of...
My name's Derek Heisler, and I'm a commercial photographer in the entertainment industry. I think one of the most important things is to keep the model moving. Typically I'll have like a rest pose and I'll have an action pose, and then we're kind of moving back and forth and trying to capture a candid moment kind of between and almost at that mark.
Now just go right back into your pose state. So just kind of like you know, those Instagram boomerangs. Just back and forth, back and forth.
That way then it's a lot more natural and they don't have a chance to freeze up.
What he'll actually do subconsciously is he'll actually add variation. You don't even have to tell him, because there's no way he's going to be able to go back into the exact state, right? So in a way, you're kind of making it easier on yourself.
One thing that I can recommend to most photographers is to spend some time in front of the camera yourself.
I know we're all introverts and we hate it, but it's important to do because you don't know how it feels to be in front of a camera, and therefore you can't really connect with the individual.
The biggest challenge I find that a lot of photographers have is connecting with their model, not getting that deer in the headlights type of scenario.
If you just think about it right now, if I'm in front of the camera, you feel pretty nervous. How are you going to perform? How are you going to do that? And it's important to remember that, you know, Braden's human, right? So communication's key. So like, for example, for this, I'm like, well, let's do something where you're like this, right? Maybe, you know, we do like a bit of a Captain Morgan, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into that.
People find it easier to portray someone else than themselves. And so if you can kind of give them someone to lock onto, they're like, oh yeah, I got this.
But in a lot of cases with commercial work, you need to understand what their brand's about, you know, what they want to emote to their demographic, and that kind of affects the mood or the character that the talent is going to portray.
It's almost like you're writing a short film when you kind of enter into a lot of these things.
So often I'll create like a little tiny little backstory for a model.
Just like good writing, that story just writes itself. You don't even have to really direct the models at that point, or the talent, because they know the scenario that they're in, so they almost just kind of act it out as if it's themselves.
Let's go a little bit of angry, so that's a little squint just on the edges of your eye.
2 points that most people focus on when they see photography or an individual that's a photographer is they look at the accolades and they look at the shooting, the fun, the creative part. But really that's probably about 40% or less of the actual job. So don't let the other stuff bring you down. It's just a means to an end so you can create more work. So just get through the tough stuff to create the fun stuff.